Hey, what's going on, YouTubers? What's poppin'? East New York's finest, hosted by the one and only Mike. What's good? Oh man, what a weekend! It's like ever since that surgery I had between my legs, no pun intended. Ever since it closed up, because it's still sore and tender, but ever since it closed up, I've been extremely fatigued, very very tired. Sometimes if I eat, I get nauseous. Sometimes I don't, and I could be dying starving, and so to take a couple of bites of something, I'm not hungry no more. It's just fucking weird, really, really weird, man. Anyhow, so I didn't go to Meadowlands yesterday. Heard there was a couple of things there, but nothing to go crazy over. So I was contemplating between a Philly fan expo or what the hell they call it. I just didn't see myself spending 60 fucking $4 to get in. And then Mel Gibson was charging 300, and I think that was just for him to sign something. I don't know if that was his 8x10 and a signature or whatever. So I don't know if it was gonna be like 400 or 500 just for that and a photo with a selfie. Because I like doing selfies and stuff, and I like getting an 8x10 and then getting something so that way I can have my lady Bobby from Michaels create like a nice homaged item, like something unique. Basically, is as unique as my Mustang, because my Mustang is extremely unique, and that was my design, my everything. Anyway, I'm just a weird dude. I like things. It's like it's not about attention. I don't do anything for attention. I just do things to stand out. That might sound like an oxymoron or kind of like a bigot. It's not. My head is weird. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. Everybody have their own thoughts on how they do things and whatnot. So with me, it just is what it is. So anyway, I was down in the basement because I got this dude coming through. He's been buying a lot of shit off of me. 7, 8, 9 months ago, he brought a lot. He basically brought my basement outside of the Masters of the Universe stuff because we couldn't come to an agreement. But my longtime friend and boy Dave, he brought everything. He brought the Motu stuff, and I'm kind of glad I went to him. So he brought all that. But this guy's coming. He's coming to. I was saving it for not really a rainy day, but I was saving them because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hold on to the G1 Transformers and the original GI Joes and shit because I already have all of them, and a lot of them I did buy extras. Not realizing, but then other ones I came across, etc., etc. So I'm gonna be trying to make him buy all the bin of G1 Transformers and GI Joe stuff for his whatnot show, along with some other stuff that I've acquired. So that's I'm trying to do that, and I want to hold on to that money and take that money next month. I already have money put aside for next month, but normally when I go to convention, when I go to flea markets, I very rarely take less than a couple of grand on me. I don't think I've ever been to a flea market where I've had less than 1,500, and that's nothing. You know what I mean? And most shows I go to, if I know I'm going to a show, I normally always have at least 3,000 in my pocket. And of course, I can always cash app somebody or Zelle them or use a card, but I always, minimum 3 grand. So me going, like this is out of state. This is like 4 or 5 states away. You know what I mean? And we're going to be staying in a hotel. I already booked our reservation, so our hotel is paid for. Fam Alex already paid for our tickets for Saturday and Sunday. And Fam Eric is getting the mobile, the mobile, the car. And we're gonna break everything down to where we do everything. We're gonna break it down evenly, between the 3 of us. So that's gonna be pretty dope. And like they're family. Eric and Alex are family, man. These guys, I love them like I knew them a long time. They're good dudes, man. And they're both blood brothers. They're both into GI Joes, but Alex is a whole nother monster. I don't like putting people's business out there. But let's just say he does something similar to what 3-0 and Sideshow does with 12-inch figures, but on a I mean, the scale is crazy. Let's put it that way. I'm just gonna leave it as that. You could use your imagination with what scale you think. That's not my story to tell. His shit is dope. And he leaves it to bigger brother, to Eric, to do what I do the 3 3/4. But I do 3 3. I mean, I dabble into everything. I'm actually contemplating on getting rid of my mask stuff so I can occupy that space for more G.I. Joe stuff. I still haven't thought about keeping the classified stuff yet. And the 25th anniversary. As you see, there's tons of them on the floor. Then I got more over here, and I want to kind of go through them because my guy is coming here. He said he'll be here by 3:30, so I got about 2 hours to go, like a little over 2 hours and 10 minutes to go. I should get through a lot of them. The 25th anniversary stuff, I think more or less I'm gonna keep them because I have this shelf space here for them. So I'm contemplating on keeping them. I just gotta get on the floor and dibble and dabble with those. The classified stuff, I may work. I mean, those in the leftover 25th, I might do something with this guy that's coming later. It may not be now because I have well over a month to decide what I'm gonna do with that. But he's getting a huge bin of vintage G.I. Joes, and he's getting a huge bin, medium bin of G1 Transformers, along with some other stuff. So he should be happy with that. I mean, that's fucking phenomenal. Anyway, speaking of that, I forgot I had this in the basement. I got this from Star Wars Mike. I think last summer, like right before the summer ended. He gave me a good price on this stuff. I totally forgot I had this boat, and it has Tunnel Rat, Rock and Roll, Shipwreck, and Gung Ho. So it has all these guys in there with weapons and stuff. And I think he said this was a Fortnite boat or something like that. But it's real dope. I think it's supposed. I don't know. It has something. I don't know. But it is pretty cool. I think it goes this way. Yeah, it sits like this. So it sits on like a bed of water like this. So that's pretty cool. And again, I haven't really decided what I'm gonna do with these because I do have some 25th anniversary stuff in box that's in my G.I. Joe room. And I'm contemplating. I mean, I would like to keep all these guys, but they weigh a lot, so I haven't really considered exactly what I'm gonna do with this stuff. I did a trade with Eric, and my plan was to keep them, but I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. But the 25th anniversary stuff, yeah, those ones I'm gonna do something with them. I just don't know what. But yeah, so outside of all that craziness, got this. Wasn't yesterday? It was Friday, right? I got this from Scottish Mike again. He gets European stuff. I'm not gonna put his business out there and say where or how he gets it because I don't need nobody trying to. I just don't. It ain't nobody's business. And this is, I think, the third piece I got from him. And of course, you got the snake eyes that go along with it. Action Force or something like that. I gotta put him in the other room with the other ones. I just don't know where I'm gonna put him because my plan wasn't really to go into the European stuff outside of the Tiger Force. But if I can get him at a good deal on trades and stuff that I'm selling on top of that, why not? So yesterday, let me show you guys this. So this is what I got yesterday. Now some may say, well, if if you're doing something next month, why buy here? Well, why not? You know what I'm saying? Because again, it was a 7-hour drive, 3.5 going, 3.5 coming back. And I was molested by tons of people. No diddy. My car draws a lot of attention, positive and negative attention. And everybody wants to race, even women, and some people have some pretty powerful cars. But, every once in a while you gotta say fuck it and just put them in a place. And I had to do that going and coming. And especially coming back, it was a lot more irritable for me because I was still upset at the fact that I basically spent 7 hours and over fucking 400 and something miles that I can't get back on my car, just to go to a Massachusetts, aka Rhode Island version of the Woodbridge Toy Show. Which I think the Woodbridge Toy Show definitely had better toys, and it was well more equipped, way more stores, way more luxurious than, because I've been there, than this Massachusetts one. But because I was so frustrated, one guy was like, yo, dude, there's a store upstairs called Toy Vault. Go in there, da-da-da. They got this, that, and third. So, this is what made the trip wow. And I did get something from another guy. But, you know, let me show you guys this stuff. Well, since it's here. Now, I do have the Transformer version of this that I got off of Whatnot. And I think I paid like 56 or 46. I paid either 56 or 46 for the Transformer one. That's because everybody kept bidding up because they wanted it too. This is in slightly better condition, I believe. This is a G.I. Joe food tray. So, and this was $40. Now, they claim they're not allowed to mess with prices. Their prices are the prices. You got to respect that. I mean, it was a little, I was like, because I'm buying a lot, but they didn't give a fuck. And they charge you tax. So, it is what it is. Some stores are like that. Sorry about that. I gotta pluck my nose hairs that's growing. Too bad I can't get hair on the top of my head to grow like my nose hairs. So this is actually from 1987. You got a Triple T tank. Looks like the USS flag in the background. You got a Tomahawk. I don't know who's coming out of that. You got Dragonfly. You got Falcon. You got just another Joe in the corner. You got Chuckles and Rakondo. So you know you can make it all. You can make those guys out. So, yeah, this is pretty dope. $40 on this thing. Now, I'm pretty sure at Joe Fest, I don't know. Maybe this might be cheap. You never know. I don't fucking know, man. So, here, let me show you guys these. Now, these I was excited about because I want to collect these, but I wanted to collect them in a while. Because I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? And I do have some. But being that these were only basically $2 more than what you find them in Target, it's not bad. It really isn't bad considering the fact that at a convention people gonna want 20, maybe 30, 25 or 30. So I think I got like 6 of them. So let me show you these, and these all came from Toy Vault. Actually, let me put these to the side. And it's mass majority of all of them. I mean, I'm missing a lot. But, you know, I have some. And, you know, I don't know how far they're going to go in this wave. But I'll probably continue to wave just to do it. Now, I was talking to Eddie about this yesterday. And this kind of puzzled me. But he's like, oh, nah, it's faded. So, and he said, look how the inside is black. So, I don't know. And he's like, yeah, but you know, if you only paid $24 for it, then you know you only wasted $25. But motherfucker, if that's the case, reimburse me. This everybody was having a hard time with. I mean, even other G.I. Joe guys that were there buying. But as soon as I grabbed it and I was looking at it, everybody wanted it. Everybody wanted this thing. Just because it has a marking of 84 on it, don't mean it's 84, but it's just weird. And Eddie looked at it and he was like, yeah, he thinks that this is faded. You think it's sun faded. I said, yeah, but it was sun faded. Why would the missiles and the roll cage for the engine in the back still have that vibrant red? Why would the cannon be vibrant red? And why would the actual the helicopter stand itself, why would that still be black and everything isn't? He said, oh, well, look on the inside. See how the inside is black? And I was like, I was in agreement with him. So I don't really know. So if anybody has any information on this, I mean, look at it. I mean, it doesn't really, it has like kind of like a camouflage look to it, but it's just so fucking weird. Even if you move, I mean, if this was really sun faded, why, when you move the cannon around, you see how that's kind of like grayish? Why wouldn't that still be black? I don't know. I don't know anything about this, but it was $25. I took a chance. It is what it is. And then, so that came from Toy Vault. And these came from Toy Vault. This guy, I don't think I have this Cobra bat with purple pants. So I did get that. I may have this guy, and he was like $7. And this Cobra bat was what? $16 for him. I know I don't have that particular one. Then this dude, I don't know why. I brought him. He was $5, $4. So I'm gonna look him up real quick and see if I have him or not. And if I do, I'll put him in the bin for what you call. If I don't, it is what it is. And then this guy here, he is $10. I don't think I have him. Oh my gosh, that came from what's it called? Put the missiles here, missiles, as I like to call them. Oh yeah, and this. All right, so all that I just showed you guys came from the Toy Vault. That's what I got from the Toy Vault. Now this stuff here, I got this, I believe, from no. This also came from the Toy Vault. This is a joke. I like the fact that they have information on this stuff. They put 2005, then they put Joe Club, $25 on him. So I am, that's pretty dope. I may have this or not, but since it is a Joe Club exclusive, whatever. Now this I got from a guy downstairs, and he said these are BJ exclusives. They're basically alternate versions of Undertow, and he wanted $40 each on them, but we worked the deal out. You know what I mean? And so I got both of them, club exclusives, from him, and I paid $50 for both. $50 for both of those. And on the way coming back, my cousin Russell was coming over and shit like that. So, but I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and head over to Eddie. I didn't go heading over to Eddie from the way I took when I took the Cuomo Bridge coming back from upstate New York, going through upstate New York to come back and take Garden State, because Garden State Parkway ends and starts from upstate New York if you're in that area, going toward upstate New York or coming from it. And but the way, I mean, if I knew that, I would just took Garden State all the way down, then got off Garden State, got on 46, and then went to Eddie. Because the way it had me go some crazy shit. I had to go back, almost like the bridge is here. I had to go back that way, then zigzag that, do this, and then all this shit just to get to him, because Eddie lives in another part of Jersey, versus me. He's in I believe Passaic, and I'm in Essex. But if I'm here, well, anyway, it's crazy. He's not. I mean, from my house, he's about 25 minutes from me, maybe even 30, depending on traffic. But from where I was, it was a lot longer. So I went to him, and I wound up getting this. Now, he did get this from, ironically, the same guy that I've been getting all my G.I. Joe shit from lately. This guy I've been talking about named Joey from Facebook Marketplace. He's the guy that I got this from, and a lot of the other stuff I've been getting I got last week. So last Saturday, I think it was last Saturday, Eddie acquired about 17, 18 or more G.I. Joe figures, all bagged, all Melloway bagged stuff. Like the Dreadnought Rampage stuff comes too. They come either individually bagged or they come in a box set. And yeah, so Eddie got the stuff from him, and he wanted to go home and look this up, because I thought we both thought this either A, came with a vehicle, and or I thought it was a Melloway version of one of the Mortal Kombat figures. He is probably the most expensive one from this particular Melloway. There's like a couple of ones, which I do have one of them. Dragon something Trooper. This is the Black Dragon himself. Sold on eBay, he's expensive. He's about $190. just like this in a poly bag, easily all day. Eddie gave me a deal on it. I'm not gonna say what, because like I said, when it comes to people that I verbally mention their name and I know them like that, I don't kiss and tell, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And me and Brian, Big Dog, was talking about that today in Columbus. I only got one item. I only got one thing off of him. Last week I got those G1 Transformers and some other shit. But yeah, this I got from Eddie yesterday. So basically all that stuff was the stuff I got from yesterday outside of the classified G.I. Joes on a boat, which I had maybe more than that, maybe 9 months ago now. Okay. And, oh yeah, so I didn't show you guys these. I forgot. So going back to this is the other stuff I picked up from the Toy Vault. Let me just give you a recap again so nobody gets confused. Because I am confused enough. So I got this yesterday from the Toy Vault in Massachusetts. Got this guy, which I'm pretty confident I may not have. This guy is a bigger chance I have him than not, but at $4, I didn't want, I was like, you know what, at $4, I'm not going to complain. This guy, I'm pretty more sure that I don't have him than I do. I know that for a fucking fact, because he's got purple pants. I'd remember that. And this guy is more of a yes than a no, and at $7, I should have been a lot more sure, but I did think that they would give a deal, but they weren't with that shit. They was like, nah, we can't do that. We just not allowed to. Doesn't mean that they wouldn't have. It just mean that they weren't allowed to give deals or whatever. But they could have called somebody, but hey, it is what it is. You got to pay rent. I get it. You got to pay rent and taxes on the store and pay employees. I understand that. And then, this one, which is a mail away. Right? So that all came from Toy Vault. And these as well, because I almost forgot to show you guys these. These are the Super 7 Ultimates. Oh, Ultimates. Jesus Christ. So here you have Snake Eyes. Here you have the Cobra Commander Arctic, or Arctic Leader. I see him a lot. Not in the store because I would have grabbed him, but I see him a lot in the toy shows. Then you have Duke, which I haven't seen. I mean, he looks alright. Then we have Cobra Commander, regular Cobra Commander. Destro! Then you got Wild Bill. Yeehaw! Wild Bill. And then the one a lot of people want, which is the Cold Slither Zartan. He actually had it sitting there. And I saw the price. I was like, oh, I'm definitely grabbing this. And then I kept looking and they had more. So let's see who I have here. So we have... Well, there's a comic and cartoon. I don't know which one I have, but I have one of the two Snake Eyes. Then I have that Cobra Commander. I have Cobra Girl. I have Duke. I have Serpentor. I have Raymore, which they did have that. And I have the Arctic Cobra Commander, Wild Bill, and the Zartan. So basically, I'm just missing a Fatal Fluffy. I'm missing Fatal Fluffy, it looks like. And it's Fatal Fluffy, Cobra Bat, and one of the two Snake Eyes. And then I'll be done with this wave or line so far. So I'm missing 3 guys. Because I don't know which Snake Eyes I have, but I'll find out. Maybe you guys can drop something and let me know which one I have. Let me show you guys. Actually, maybe it's up here. Maybe it says cartoon or comic version. Oh, I think I fucked up, y'all. I did fuck up. I'm going to tell you why I fucked up. Fuck. Damn. I'm going to tell you how I fucked up. And I just noticed it now. I didn't know there was another Snake Eyes. I think it had like gray or something in it. Damn. Shit. I left it behind. I wasn't thinking. Damn. I could have had them both. Fuck. Oh, man. And speaking of, them. They're right here. So here is my cover girl, which I got her in the store. Serpentor, which I have 2 of. Then I have Raymar. And of course, again, I got this from that guy. I paid $50 for both versus him wanting 40 for each. And again, I believe these are supposed to be BJ's exclusives. They're like another version of Undertow, which is funny because he has both regular hands instead of that weird hand. Or is that Hydro Viper that has that claw hand I'm thinking of? Whatever, doesn't matter, right? So that was yesterday. Hold on, let me get rid of that. And let me show you what I did get today, which ain't much of nothing. Got this from my boy Kenny. My boy Kenny hooked this up for me. He did have this last week, and I did forget to grab that because it is G.I. Joe inspired. From Caldor. This is from 87. Wow. 87 trade yesterday, 87 book today. $5 he had on this. This is all I got from Big Dog, from Brian. It says Betra's Kids USA. It doesn't have a year. I thought it was an ashtray. It needs to be cleaned. I'll try to go downstairs and clean. This is from 93. It's a G.I. Joe cereal bowl. Had to have that. These 2 I got from the Mexican dude at in Columbus. Real cool cat. We got this. I know I have this Cobra Commander. Then I also picked up this Joe. $20 for both. He's kind of runny, but I do want to look at mine and see if I have another one like him, or I could use that arm for one of the other guys that I have that has a broken thumb. Hopefully I can, but I'm pretty confident I can't. But I took a chance. I mean, at the end of the day, he's like $10, $15. He's even like this. Ha, ha. Come on, do it now. Do the crunches, you bastards. Come on, keep it going. Come on, do it. Come on. You can do it. Get rid of your belly. So that's funny. But, you know, $20 for both of them. I mean, he's worth $20 all day by himself. So I was like, that's cool. And, yeah. So that's that. And then this I got from Perry. I always like saying that. I had an uncle named Perry. That was his middle name. He passed away, I think this would be the first year or second, something like that. He was diabetic too. And I always love the name Perry. Refrigerator Perry, Perry. I love my uncle. That's probably the reason why I love that name, Perry. But Perry had this, and he only wanted $10 for it. This thing is fucking in great condition. And ironically, I was gonna buy one last week, but they didn't have the action that worked, and this is pretty dope. And the reason why I got this is because I had this. I got this from Roddy Piper himself, and it says, "To Mike, stay strong." We had a conversation. This is like maybe 4 or so months before he passed. He signed my belt, and I have pictures with the both of us. Really, really nice guy. I loved him in those 2 movies with Billy Blanks, and of course in They Live. And you know, when you look, you think he's real obnoxious and such an asshole. When you remember him on when he was on WWF, I couldn't stand him until I met him one time. I was like, yo, this guy's a cool guy. That's when I realized that it was all, you know, yeah, whatever, y'all. But very nice guy, very sweet, soft spoken, fucking nicest guy. He's probably one of the nicest wrestlers. Or should I say nicest, non-apologetically, non-hypocritical, straightforward, sincerely nicest wrestlers you can ever meet. And I've met hundreds. And just a great guy. I'm not saying that because he passed away and because I met him or I'm being biased. I'm saying it because it's straight facts. And I had this in a frame, and the frame fell and broke. Thank God nothing happened to this. And for at least 7-8 months now, I kept forgetting to buy a frame for this. And, you know, you would think, yeah, well, you know, yada, 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 you know, I deal with Bobby and she makes me, she makes custom frames, but I only get the frames done from Michaels when they're doing 70%. I urge all of you have a Michaels near you that's doing that, take your shit, get a frame. Because the 6 frames that I had done, the other 3 I still haven't gotten back yet. They were fucking, everything come to like over $7,000. So out of $7,000, I spent close to 2. 2 out of 7 is great. That's a big difference. Because some she had to use thicker shadow boxes. Yeah, shadow boxes. To create, because some figures were in here. So obviously you're putting 2 and 2 together here and there. Now you're understanding where I'm going with this. I do want to kind of find an LJN version of him, but in better condition with his kilt, so I can put one on each side and have it like that. I do want to do that. I mean, yeah, I could just do this one, but I might just order a LJN Roddy Piper with the kilt, and just, you know, have them both side by side. I think that would be pretty badass. And, you know, unfortunately, I didn't get this certified, but I know he signed it because I was there, and I have picture proof of it. Unfortunately, he won't be able to sign this and or the LJN version, but it's all good. I like Roddy Piper, and, you know, I just thought about this recently, and I'm like, yo, you know what? Why the fuck I never did that? And now I'm going to do it. So, yeah. And there was something about Sort of Slaughter that I had a conversation with Fam, Eric, and Alex that kind of pissed me off. Because, actually, you know what? I'm not going to even say it. I am upset about it, but I'm going to keep it to myself. I feel a certain way now because I just don't appreciate stolen valor. Period. And I'm going to leave it as that. I'm not going to go deeper into it. I was outside eating my ice cream sandwich about an hour ago, and this actually came for me today. I know exactly what these are. I ordered more. These are G.I. Joe stands. I've been getting this stuff quick. Yep, exactly what they are. My G.I. Joe stands. I ordered those, and I ordered those early, like mid to early this week. Last week, and it came today on a Sunday of all times to come. And yeah, y'all. So that's basically it. That's what I got today. That's what I got yesterday. I need to get going and, you know, start to skedaddle. Peace. Thanks for watching.